Hello family, welcome to Host Media. Host Media simply stands for Humans of South Sudan. We are in a mission to showcase the South Sudanese history. Today with me here in the studio is one of the useful, brilliant students from Darling Wisdom Academy who recently went to South Africa to compete in writing competition, of which she managed to pass, and she was selected again to go to Morocco, and she competed and was ranked number 2. This is the story of Monica Yuol. Monica, how are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome to South Sudan.
Thank you.
I'm called Steven, and this is Host Media. Basically, we want to know you, and our viewers wanted to know, who is Monica? Can you tell us who is Monica?
I'm by name Monica Yuol, a former student of Darling Wisdom Academy who recently completed her senior 4. I'm a member of Young Africans Writing Contest that was recently done in South Africa and Morocco. It's one of the most competitive essay writing competition in Africa. It gives students the ability to express out what they have and give them their talents in order to participate in the international writing competitions. Actually, I have to talk about my academic background briefly because it's what brought me here today. I started my nursery and primary school in Uganda. I came here to South Sudan. I studied in Darling Wisdom Academy and completed senior 4, and then I joined writing initiatives for South Sudanese students where I managed to be the best student and competed for the other writing competition which involved many different students in Africa.
Someone will want to know, how old are you?
Actually, I'm 17 years old.
Now, in this journey of writing competition that you have started, I think you want to be an author. We want to know, actually, when did you join your school, Darling Wisdom Academy?
I joined Darling Wisdom Academy in 2022. I studied first term, second term, and third term until I completed. I used to get good marks. I performed very well in class. To be a very good student. Actually, I joined writing clubs in Darling Wisdom Academy, which was very good. We used to practice. The teachers give us a lot of things because they knew that there are a lot of chances that are there for the young kids, the young generation in South Sudan. So they gave us a lot of things. I practiced a lot in writing, and therefore I became one of the best writers, which gave me the chance to compete in Africa.
Tell me about your school. We want to know about your school. You know, your school has really brought many South Sudanese children up. Especially, we have seen a lot of Darling Wisdom alumni are studying abroad. Can you tell me about your school? What is the uniqueness about that school? Okay,
Darling Wisdom Academy have good and well-qualified teachers. It has students, bright students, everyone gets a good GPA in the class. No one fails, everyone passes because they don't register or they don't admit students who do not pass examination. Once you fail, you are expelled from the school and go to another school. So Darling Wisdom Academy is a school with a lot of great things. You know, it influences a lot of students, even those who come from East African schools, like those who come from great schools in East Africa. They always like to join Darling Wisdom Academy because of different things. Teaching, the infrastructure is nice, that's good buildings, you know. Those are the things that inspire students from there. And again, it has good administration. If you look at the administration of Darling Wisdom Academy, you don't compare it with any administration in South Sudan here. You know, we don't involve in certain other things that are done like in different schools here in South Sudan. Everyone is always concentrating on academics and extracurricular activities that can refresh their minds, but not so things of like parties and so on. So Darling Wisdom Academy is a very good school, and that's all I can say about it.
Actually, Monica, we are you don't know how proud South Sudanese are about you, because it is you and the South Sudanese basketball who are really make the name of South Sudan to shine and to be known. Now, let me talk briefly about the thing you are doing right now, which is the writing competition that you are in. How many schools or how many countries are participating in that contest?
Okay, at first, when we went for semi-finals in South Africa, there were 25 countries that qualified and participated in semi-finals, and then for them they had a different aim. It was just a process. We did semi-finals and 15 countries qualified for the finals that we did in Morocco, and then in finals they never wanted all those 15 to compete in the international essay writing competition, but they only wanted 7 countries in Africa, where South Sudan was one of the countries, and that was something great. So that's where the number of the countries that qualified for the international essay writing competition, because it is continental. Like in Asia, there will be 7 countries participating. In America, North America, South America, Europe, and all other continents in Africa.
So basically, 7 in Africa, 7 in Asia,
and 7 continentally.
Okay. Now, can you tell us? Can you be able to remember? I mean, do you know those 7 schools?
Yeah, I can at least remember some of them, like especially those in East Africa. Like in South Africa, it was Joan's College, which is in Johannesburg, and then the school Nairobi High, and then St. Mary's. Yeah, then St. Mary's Chitende, and then there's a school called Loyola, which is in Nigeria, and then London Academy, which is in Casablanca, Morocco. And then the other one in Niger, I can't remember it very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically it is South Sudan, South Africa, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, Morocco,
and Niger.
7 countries.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really interesting. I was surprised when I was scrolling through my Facebook, and then I saw that Monica Yuol from South Sudan is number 2. That thing was really a surprise. Can you tell us, how did you feel when you first look at your name?
I was very happy. I almost jumped. I was so crazy. I was very happy, filled with happiness and excitement, because I knew everyone was going to be happy in my country.
What did they give you as a prize?
They gave me a gold medal.
A gold medal?
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's great. That's wonderful. Now, can you tell us, since you started this journey, what is the best things that has ever happened to you since you started? When you started from South Sudan up to South Africa, Morocco, to now you are expecting to go to Germany. Before we talked about Germany, that will come when we are going to receive you again. Now, ever since you started from going to East Africa and then to South Africa and again to Morocco, what is the best thing that has ever happened to you?
The best thing, it was support. I got a lot of support. I got a lot of people to teach me, which had never happened in my life. Many people taught me, like those of Galdino, Yolo, Joan. All those guys taught me a lot in essays. They taught me a lot of things, tips, and which made me so supportive with myself again. I never lacked anything. I knew that people were behind my back, and I shouldn't panic in anything. I got a lot of confidence, and that's why I really did well in both South Africa and Morocco. So that was the best thing that had ever happened to me ever since I started this writing. I got a lot of support from everybody.
They say some other people are born genius. Can you tell us, since you competed, I grew up in Kenya, and I know best schools like Nairobi High, Alliance Boys, Alliance Girls, and those schools are nowhere in the scene there. So now, can you tell us, is this one a talent, or is this something you were taught and then you practice it every now and then? And what is What can you tell that person that want to be doing to do what you are doing right now in future?
Okay, actually this is not a talent. I would have become like the best writer when I was in the primary school, when I was in nursery. You know, there's a time when I was in Uganda, I used to see people writing a lot of things, you know, reading compositions and a lot of things. Then I used to say, why can't I be like these people? I consult our English teacher in Uganda and I asked her saying that, Madam, can I ever, like, can I be a writer or not? Then she was like, yeah, you can be a writer. It's not hard, it's just a matter of commitment. You have to commit yourself, you have self-confidence in yourself, read a lot of books, and everything is going to be okay. Then I was like, okay, I will try. I put everything into practice, but it was not my interest, you know. It wasn't my interest, but I got the passion for it. And then when I came to South Sudan, I knew that I have to go, like I have to dwell in this because my brain was expanding. I wasn't a child anymore. And then when I was in senior 4, whatever that comes, because I was very good in English in class. Now I never used to fail English, and so since I saw English it has been something good to me. It shouldn't, like everything shouldn't slip away, so I have to expand, like I have to grow high in English, and that's why I joined essay writing, engaged in many competitions in different parts of South Sudan. Like there's a time we had an essay writing competition called the Essay Writers Fellowship. I participated in that. I participated in South Sudan writing initiatives. I participated in young youth writing contest, and I became one of the best students. Imagine, I became best in this in the 2 competitions in South Sudan, and then the South Sudan essay writing competition, which took us now to South Africa for finals. I became the best student as well. So it wasn't my talent, but it was because of my hard work and my self-confidence and self-determination that made me did that. I mean,
exactly. You know, hard work, self-determinations, and being confident. All these things bring success at the end of the day. And if you're watching outside there, you have heard all the things that she has said. First of all, you have to believe in yourself. You have to be a hard worker, and you have to be, you have to know what you want. So, Monica, when there's someone outside there that will want maybe next year or the coming years will want to join this competition, what will you tell them? How will they trust it? How will they know that this thing will come? Because first of all, tell us, is it connection, or how did you end up into this?
It wasn't a connection. It was something that was started in South Sudan. We had our mentor called Mr. Albert Wane, as the head of South Sudan Writing Initiatives. So he had many connections outside there, and South Sudan has never participated in this program. It's its first time to participate. So he invited a lot of schools to participate in this, and many students sat for these competitions in South Sudan, and then he selected the best students who represent South Sudan in East African Writing Competition. We sat for this East African Writing Competitions, and they only needed 4 students from East Africa. And then we here in South Sudan sat, students from Uganda sat, students from Rwanda sat, and other, So the only selected student from Kenya, South Sudan, and Uganda plus Rwanda. There were 4 of us that participated. Only 4 participated because it was regional. Like in West Africa, Nigeria participated, and other countries in West Africa. So it wasn't a connection, but it was something done in every country in Africa.
When you were selected, you went also to sit in South Africa. You were selected, you went to Morocco. You were selected. In Morocco, how many people were selected to go to Germany?
There were seven,
Let's go back to your school, Darling Wisdom Academy. It's one of the great schools. Its appearance, the way they do their things, the demonstration, it's wonderful the way you explain it. Now, can you tell us, when you sit in that chair in class, who do you think you want to be in future when you look at all of your teachers, including your director?
Okay, I always say, like, let me just say, last 2 months ago, I was interviewed at SSBC, and I was asked the same question, like, who's your mentor? And then I told them my mentor is Noble Aremriak, the director of the Wisdom Academy, and I didn't just say it because he is just a person who has built a school, but he's a person with a lot of greatness. Let me say, he has that courage, he has that potential and ability to make the young people shine like him. In his school, there are a lot of students who are studying under scholarship, which is very hard in many schools in South Sudan. You can see now, like, 300 students, 400 students under scholarship, which is very hard. I don't even think there is a school which offers such scholarships, but he does. Yeah, he does, and he offers scholarship for the intelligent students in South Sudan, because he knew the students will get quality education in Darling Wisdom Academy. They will come up with good and quality products just like me. That's what he did. And another thing is also a genius. Since he was in primary school, secondary school, and also at the university, he has never failed. He has been getting a lot of good marks. And so when I look at my line and everything I do, I think I'm following the same path. I've been passing very well in primary school, secondary school. Even when I'm out of the school now, I'm doing great. So I think I can be someone like him in the future. So he inspires me a lot because he has a lot of things that can motivate people to follow his path.
Yeah. Now you can hear, like, wherever you are, the director, Noble Arem, if you are listening to this interview of ours, please maintain that spirit, because the life of most of us South Sudanese young leaders that are coming up, they are in your hand. They are all, especially those that are in your school, they really want to be like you. Keep it up and continue doing what you're doing, and I know our Heavenly Father, who is the God, will bless you. Now, let me come to you, Monica. If you look at, apart from your role model in school, in the school that you are, in the whole world, you are a writer, you want to be an author. Can you tell us, among all these authors in the world, do you know anyone that you really want to be like?
Yeah, I know one author. His name is William James.
Okay.
He's an American writer.
Okay.
I read a book of his, which was the title is Hidden Treasures of Life. That book is really very good. When you read it, you get inspired. And then I was like, if this person can write like this, why not me? Since it is not a talent, why can't I practice? Why can't I work hard? And then when I grow up, I can be able to write my own books. So those things really inspired me a lot. The person really motivated me in his writings, and I had a passion and of saying that I'm going to do as well, like the way he's doing. He inspired me a lot, and I really wanted to follow his path and become a good writer, just like how he was.
Very good. Now, you might have completed your high school, like you told us. Now, when you were still in high school, I know, there's no place that is perfect. When you are still in high school in Darling Wisdom Academy, what is that one thing that you will advise your director to change about it? And if you're given an opportunity to do it, you can be able to change it. What is that thing in Darling Wisdom?
Okay. The thing that I want to be changed in Darling Wisdom, I just want them to be so, like, they will have to be looking at this. There are a lot of students who are coming up in Darling Wisdom,
yes.
So they have to be form many groups, like talent groups. Like maybe when you're a writer, you can be in a writing group.
Okay.
But maybe when you're a footballer, you can be in a football club.